Hi everyone, this is Matthew Archambault from JordanTutorialsOnline.com, and I just want to give you a quick tip of the week here. This tip is going to be all about gesture, and I've been getting a lot of questions about gesture line and what should I do, and I can't really finish a drawing in a minute, or I can't do it in 2 minutes, and basically my philosophy with trying to attempt a gesture drawing is each drawing that I go into, whether it's a minute or a 2 minute, I'm really not concerned about finishing the whole drawing, left to right, outlining the whole thing. Each drawing is different. Sometimes I want to work on a gesture drawing just for my eye-hand coordination. Sometimes I want to see if I can get the figure down from head to toe, but basically what you want to do, this is a drawing right here in front of you. It's very grainy. I adjusted it a little bit, taken with a iPhone camera, which is horrible. Very grainy, but basically what I want to show you over here are some things that you want to look out for. So one of the first things is focusing on the rhythm. Okay, so maybe I came down, rhythm, rhythm. So this is your target. And then I would immediately, this side, top, target. So that's really what you want to focus on tremendously when you're doing the gesture poses. And then I would come back and I would do what I was doing. I'd really focus in on shape of the hair, and perhaps I would do some convex lines, slow my pencil down. Maybe give myself some indication of like surface planes over there, a little muscle separation, some little bone stuff I would do as well. So this is one example, and you always, no, let me take that back. Let me not say that. If you want to get the whole figure down, you should give yourself a little target down here at the bottom, and you really want to focus on the opposite C's. So the opposite C's are the patterns of the muscles on the body. So front of the upper leg is an opposite C, back of the lower leg is an opposite C, top of the foot is an opposite C. So you give yourself those gestures, and then basically you can dance all the way down. There's the big opposite C's, and then there's the smaller ones, and it's a process of continually starting over. But don't go into like a short 3-minute pose like I gotta finish. That's not what you want to think about. You want to go into each one and think of it differently. And basically, here's another example. I think this might have been like a 6-minute pose or a 5-minute pose, and you can see I didn't even get the model's head in. I think I gave myself a quick little line over here. It's so faint you can probably barely even see it, and I just focused in on the torso. I would have liked to have finished the head, but I just didn't get there. So I came on in and I started to like wrap around. This was a little bit more about form. So I'm thinking about the form of the body. I focus in on the center. Working on the center is really important. You just don't want to work on the edge. So this is one where I didn't finish, but I was thinking some opposite C's. This was more of like a torso study. And if we look at, say, this drawing right over here, I believe I spent 6 or 7 minutes on this, and I just wanted to focus in on the torso. So this is a different short drawing exercise where I slowed down with my pencil. First line was I came into the center and I wrapped up to here, and then I just started to really focus on anatomy. So this short 6-7 minute drawing was not about getting a long gesture. This was about doing a study of like a little section, and this section was more about anatomy and not about movement like the first drawing that I showed you. Now if we look at these are 3-minute drawings, and these are different. These are done with China marker on newsprint. This is more about me doing continuous line, not so much the opposite C's. I mean, I can see like over here I started with continuous line. I did the shape of her hair. I wasn't concerned with finishing her hand. I wrapped down her hip, and then I did this into her knee, and then I did this, gave myself the target, a little bit of a target over here. But continuous line is another different type of exercise that you can do when you're doing gesture poses. Again, I think what you want to get from this quick tip of the week here this week is that it's not about finishing the figure in a 3-minute pose. It's about getting the movement of the form down, if that's what your aim is. It's about maybe trying to get it in from head to toe, or you can focus on doing a little study. I mean, basically, don't give yourself too many rules. I mean, this was a walk cycle that we did, and these poses were 3 minutes each, and I didn't focus on finishing the figure. I focused on just kind of getting her to kind of move a little bit. This really was a little bit more about warming up for me and using the China marker and seeing what I can do and not giving myself too many rules, and just giving some indication of form, and just continuous line, a little bit more continuous line with this one. So let me close out with you on this. When you do a gesture pose, go into the round of gesture poses. Let's say they're 3 minutes each, and you're working on this for, say, like 20 minutes, and you're going to do like maybe 6 poses or something like that. Go into it and be like, well, for this particular 20-minute session, I'm going to try to get the figure down from head to toe, doing the opposite C's. And then maybe you got another 20-minute session, and you're like, well, in this 20-minute session, I'm just going to focus on doing little studies of anatomy. And maybe the next one, you're really going to focus in on like exaggerating the movement. Just go into it with a purpose, and don't go into it where you do this thing where, let's say I've got like a gesture line over here, and I would outline. I think like outlining the figure is the worst thing that you can do, and it just totally stiffens up. Outlining is all the way around the figure is bad, but when you don't put anything in the center, that's even worse. And you can see over here I've got a lot of stuff in the body, and I'm really doing the scribbling. I think what you want to do before you even start these drawings is just kind of in the corner of your page, do what I'm doing right now. Just kind of like scribble your pencil around. All right, I'm getting a little long-winded. Thank you very much for watching, and don't give yourself too many rules when you draw. Just kind of have fun with it.